Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me. My name is Tom Holland, and this is Maximum Profit. Maximum Profit is a 16-part series designed to help salespeople elevate themselves to a different status. We want you to become a member of the select team, which means you have to be the best of the best. Well, this is part 2 of that 16-part series. We started with the first part being an introduction to sales. Well, part 2 is also an introduction to sales. It helps us basically understand what we need to do in order to be successful before we get to the process itself. Now, this series isn't the only way that you can get this information. In fact, we have several different formats that are available to you. First, of course, is the video series that you're watching now. There's also a sales manual that's available, a PowerPoint production, PDF file, an ebook, and also an audio book that's available. So regardless of how you learn, this series has been designed to help you. Now, the series itself, like I said, is 16 parts. It starts off with an introduction to selling, which of course is a part 1 and part 2. From there, we actually want to talk about welcoming the guest. We start getting into the processes itself. From there, we want to talk about discovering the customer's DOMs and DBMs. These are their dominant owner motives and dominant buying motives. We'll talk a lot more about that. Then we want to be able to select the proper vehicle. Then we're going to have 2 parts when we talk about the presentation. And the product presentation is extremely important, but we do 2 different parts here. I want to show you what these different functions look like that are all encased in this product presentation. From there, it's comfort and handling, what a lot of people would refer to as the test drive. From comfort and handling, we talk about the complimentary tour. This is walking our customer through our fixed operations center. From there, we have a picture appraisal. It's a 21st century twist on the silent appraisal. I think you'll really like it. From there, we go to the soft budget, selectable owner funding table. This is our negotiation and closing. I'm going to show you a way to become very, very powerful when it comes to closing. You're going to close on the first pencil. From there, we go to the TVO, tactile vehicle orientation. From there, we turn our customer to the FSO, the Financial Services Office. After that, we have a special client delivery, and then finally, dedicated care. All total, 16 different pieces of the puzzle have to be put together. As I said, we've already put together part 1, so this is part 2. Because part 1 went so well, we think part 2 is going to be even better. Let's take a look at it. This is preparing to be the best. And that's what every one of us want to do. We want to be prepared to be the best. We have to understand just exactly how do we prepare. Well, we talked in part 1 about the folder effect, and we talked about how people do things. Let me show you a few things. We have our customer coming to us ready to make a purchase, actually ready. We've heard for years that people buy from people they like, trust, and respect. So we have to learn how to be liked, trusted, and respected. Let's see, the customer is coming here to purchase from us, but they're not going to purchase from us unless they like, trust, and respect us. So how do you get a person to like, trust, and respect you? Here's the secret. Do you see me? Do you hear me? Am I important. Everybody, myself included, everybody wants to be validated. So how do you validate a person? Well, you let them know you see them. You let them know you hear them. You let them know they are important. Whenever you allow anybody, whether it's someone in your immediate family or a stranger you just met, if you let them know that I hear you, I see you, and you're important, that person will immediately like, trust, and respect you. So let's try that. Now, I have some numbers here behind me. These are from the National Automobile Dealers Association. They tell us that 72% of the customers that buy actually choose the dealership that is in their area. In other words, it's a convenience purchase. 72% of the people, they don't drive out of their way to make a purchase. They drive to their local hometown dealership. Not only that, 85% make the decision to purchase before they leave their house. So we've got 85% of the people saying, I'm going to go buy a car. 72% say, I'm going to stay right here in my geographical area, in my community. And that's where I'm going to spend my money. So that's where they go. And yet, with 85% of the people saying, I'm going to go buy a car, and 72% say, I'm going to stay right here in my own community, 90% of the people who purchase a vehicle start the process with an objection. The objection, of course, is nothing more than a default. We talked about these in our part 1 of our series. So we're defaulting and losing customers. And even though 90% of these people begin their encounter with an objection, still 57%, that's roughly 6 out of 10 people, still purchase the same product, the exact same model that they look at their very first stop. Unfortunately, they don't buy at the first stop. They may be a B-back, or they may purchase down the street at another dealership selling your product. You see, according to NADA, we only close 17% of our first-time walk-in customer. Not appointments, not telephone appointments, not email appointments, not B-backs, not people that are repeat buyers or people who have been referred to us. Anybody that comes to you with an appointment is going to close at in excess of 50%. However, the people that come to you that are just stopping by, we close at 17%. Although 85% of these people have made the decision to purchase before they left their house, and 72% chose you because you're in their community. So I wanted to look at this. And I said, all right, out of 100 customers that come to our dealership, we're selling 17. That's that 17% that we just discussed. Well, what really is going on here? According to NADA, 70 of these 100 people actually leave our dealership before we get to the negotiation stage. So we only bring 30 people in to even negotiate the deal. Now, if we're only bringing in 30 people to negotiate the deal and 17 of those people are buying, Those people want a car before they leave their house. 17 of 30 is really, that's 57%. So we've got an extremely high closing ratio. That customer wants to buy. I look at this and I say, we have to do a better job up front. And to do that better job up front, I'm saying, what if we lost 30 people, but brought 70 people through the process? If we could bring 70 people through the process rather than 30, using our 57% closing ratio that we already have, we would wind up closing 40 out of that 100, giving us a 40% closing ratio. I'm telling you right now, if all you do is learn how to start the process and work through the process and do it better, you're going to more than double your present closing ratio. And that's all I really want you to do. I want you to learn how to bring people through the process. You do that, you're going to sell more vehicles automatically. One of the things that we have to do, of course, we have to present ourselves better. So one of the things I want you to do is I want you to look at yourself every morning before you ever approach your first customer. Look at how you're dressed. Are your shoes shined? Are you wearing appropriate attire? I think you should dress one level above your clientele. I think you need to look at your hair, how well groomed you are, your clothing. Is your clothing ironed with a rock? And I know some people, I promise you, it looks like they iron them with a rock. Make sure that your teeth are clean. Your breath is fresh. Look the part. I still believe that everyone should dress one level above their clientele because they're coming to you as the professional. So take some hints in trying to make yourself look more presentable every day. Also, make certain that you are ready to sell every day. I tell everyone this, make sure you've got 3 deal packets put together. These deal packets are extremely important because in these deal packets are all of your documents that you need. This way, whenever it's time for you to go and talk to a client, if you'll carry this with you, when you meet them, you have a place to write their name. Plus, you can start gathering data, gathering information that's going to help you and help that client. I think everybody should put together 3 of these every morning when you come in. I think these should hold your dealership brochure. If you have business cards, your business card. You should have an ink pen. I prefer that you have 2 because I want you to be able to hand one to your client anytime they need to take notes. But I want you to make certain that you've got all of your documents that you need to help actually put any deal together. If you have these documents, you do not have to keep getting up, getting a document, coming and setting back down. These documents, this brochure, all of this information makes you look more professional. It makes you look more powerful. And it gives you a lot more credibility. When the customer sees how you are prepared to do business, they will want to do business with you. I think that if you can convince your dealership to move toward a brochure, you are going to help your dealership sell more vehicles because the brochure is actually designed to give the client an opportunity to know what's going on, and it will reduce their anxiety of the unknown. And fear of the unknown is the biggest fear we have. If we can give them a brochure showing them this is what we're going to be doing, this is how long it's going to take, we can really make a difference with that customer. There are a total of 12 different steps in our process. We are going to cover each one of these steps one at a time. As we look at these steps, you will see how important it is to do the right thing every time. And by doing the right thing every time, you're going to be able to bring more people all the way through the process. Remember a while ago I said, if you can just bring 70, that's 7 out of 10 people, through the entire process to the point where you sit and negotiate, you are going to wind up delivering 4 out of 10 people. Trust me on this. This is going to raise your income unlike anything else you've ever done. And all it is you getting better at your job. But that's what maximum profit is about. Maximum profit is about helping you get better at your job. Thanks for joining me. As I said at the onset, my name is Tom Holland. If you need to get a hold of me, please contact me at tom@thefoldereffect.com, just like it's printed out here, or you can text me. Send me a message. Just text me at 682-667-7606. I guarantee you I will answer your text almost immediately. I will answer all of your email, there's no doubt. But that text that gets to me very, very quickly, and I try to make sure that I answer as soon as I possibly can. With that, once again, it's Tom Holland saying, keep your head up, a smile on your face, and courage in your heart. Thanks for joining me.